Hey, some of you guys wanted to see the pricing for a neglected system and a routine cleaning. This is out of my price book. Basically, I got a setup page over here, puts in my break even, my margin, and discount for value rate customers, service agreement customers basically. I call them value rate customers, but they're service agreement customers for the most part. This is just my book. This is how these were my chart table of contents, basically, for a HVAC price book, and works out really well. And we can add it. So it's an Excel sheet, so I can add it. Now, granted, this is back before there's Service Titan and all this other crap. This worked out very well, so we didn't lose any sleep over it. Let's put it that way. I think Service Titan complicates the crap out of stuff. Anyways, that's me. Done with my narrative. Anyways, here it is. So neglected system. So two components would be an air handler or a furnace. Air handler, furnace, and the evaporator coil would be considered two components. So basically the air handling processes, and then the basically for a furnace you got that's the air handling process. So when you don't have maybe you just have an AC, you would have a heat because you'd be in a boiler place. So there's still two components. It's the air handler and the evaporator coil is what I consider that. So the air handler, I also throw the furnace in. If it's a forced air furnace, that's part of the air handler system. Just that's how I looked at it, because it was still a standalone box. It just had it made it, some of them were smaller, but I didn't really work in that part of the country where that was the case. Most of our homes had furnaces in it. Anyways, so air handler and furnace are considered one here in the same in nomenclature, and then the evaporator coil is what I'm trying to get to. So that's two components. Okay, and that would be a neglected system. It'd take an hour to do those two, and it could take longer. You might have some, and there's times where a guy would send me a deal that had an inch thick of crap in there. We just raise it to a couple hours, and it'd be $1,200 to do it. But every situation is different. But that's not the norm. The norm is it takes about an hour to clean those two components if it's neglected, and then it's going to take about an hour and a half to do if it's three components if it's neglected. But that also includes the condenser unit. Okay, that's this one here. This includes the condenser unit right here, and here's the notes that I put up there for you guys of what that means. And then a routine cleaning, okay, obviously routine cleaning is going to take about half an hour, okay, to do the air handler furnace portion, and the evaporator coil. Understand that that's a routine cleaning, so it's been cleaned twice a year. Okay, so it's not taking as much time, right? Then you have your condensing, your routine for three components, and that would have the same thing that you have here. Your air handler, furnace, evaporator coil, and condensing unit. Okay? Sorry to get tongue twisted on that one, but it's a little more complicated to explain than I thought it would be. Anyways, take that, put that into your pricing guide, and the way I looked at it was, I looked at 15 minutes for each component. So this one here had 15 minutes, so that's half an hour, or 0.5 of an hour. And then this is 45 minutes for a routine cleaning for all three components. That's 15 more. So, but up here on this is going to take twice as much time. So it's going to take a half an hour a piece for each component, and this is going to take a half an hour to do the neglected system as well. Okay, now again, if it's super neglected, change the price. I mean, I've seen some that are just, you got to take the whole thing out, and it takes an hour to get it out. Look at that and price that differently. But that's not the common thing. That's neglected, very, very neglected system. Neglected systems are generally when they haven't been cleaned for a couple years. Okay, that's a neglected system. It's when those systems haven't been cleaned in 8 years is when it becomes a problem. Okay, so just understand that. Okay, guys, hope that helps, and talk to you this week.